bless Elohim once again for the next section. We exalt his holy name. We bless the brother who called. If I understood him, he was talking about, is this something that has happened, or how do we link it with the future things, right? So we will answer it. So we will continue reading, and then you will answer. You will be able to understand, because the scriptures, if you read from the beginning, it says that when Elohim has brought back Israel into their own land, when you read Isaiah 2, he said that then they will learn of war no more.
That's right.
Total peace. So he was talking about Babylon. And he was also talking about the daughter of Babylon. He will break it down so that you know who is Babylon and who is the daughter of Babylon. So where were we, Mr. Reader?
Isaiah 14 from verse 12 again.
Listen.
How art thou fallen from
So
heaven?
again, I repeat, the devil is not the Lucifer you are reading in Isaiah 14. We are still reading about the king of Babylon. He just changed his language. And before we end Isaiah 14, you will say that he will switch back and talk about the same Babylon. Listen.
Lucifer, son of the morning.
You are the son of the morning. You are supposed to be the light bearer of the nations. Yet you sell to them pornography. You sell to them filthy liquor. You sell to them filthy songs. You sell to them filthy garments. You teach man no more to marry a woman. But it is good for a man to lay with a beast. That animals also have rights, but men do not have rights. Listen to the book.
How art thou cut down to the ground?
How are you cut down into the ground?
Which did weaken the nation.
It is a nation who invades other nations and weakens them. Look at Iraq. Look at Libya. It was the richest country in Africa. The only country without a national debt. They bombed them today. They've seized all their dollars abroad. And now Libya does not even have a president. The country is lawless. Everyone carries a gun around like in Somalia. Everyone is a leader in Libya. The country is now messed up. When Gaddafi was there, this is why you were not having refugees. Because there were what? Jobs in Libya. But because now the country is messed up, there's no government. People are just coming through Libya wanting to go to Europe. And then they are sinking into the oceans and dying in their thousands. Look at Iraq. When Saddam was in power, did you ever hear about a bomb exploding, a terrorist attack? Look at Iraq. Look at Syria. Look at Lebanon. Look at Congo. Look at Rwanda. Look at Boko Haram. They have weapons that the army of Nigeria does not even have. Where did it come from?
They don't make it themselves.
Because we know that black people don't make tanks.
We don't make tanks. We don't make guns.
We don't make guns, bombs, tanks. We can't.
We like herbs.
We only stick with herbs and medicine. That's right. So where do these weapons come from? Even the government is shocked. They don't know. That's why the army, they were running from Boko Haram. They said their arsenal is more than even the military. Whether they flew maybe in the night with a stealth airplane and dropped it for them, nobody knows. Listen to the book.
Verse 13. Thou hast said in thine heart.
Listen to this very carefully. You have said in your heart, King of Babylon, who is known as Lucifer, the light bearer, the superpower of the world. In those ancient times, he was the superpower, the same as America is. Listen.
I will ascend into heaven.
He said what?
I will ascend into heaven.
So this Lucifer, this king of Babylon, said that he will ascend into the heavens.
I will exalt
But
my
you
throne.
guys said that he has been thrown from heaven.
Mhm.
Someone who was already in heaven, how will he say in his heart, I want to go into the heavens?
Okay.
Because he was living there.
Mhm.
And the devil doesn't have to say in his heart, I will ascend into the heavens. Because when Elohim met with the sons of his, where was Elohim? Was he sitting here in Amsterdam?
What a question.
Wow.
He said the devil also came where? In the heavens.
Among the sons.
Among the sons, the angels of Elohim.
Repeat that question, please.
So he keep on lying and lying. He talk about, and he said, I will ascend up in the heavens. So Lucifer said that he will ascend up into the heavens, meaning that from the beginning he was not there.
Mm-hmm.
And if he is the devil, then how come the devil was chilling with Elohim in the book of Job, chapter 1, in the heavens?
In the heavens.
How is that possible?
How is
There is a contradiction.
That's right.
And you make the Bible lie. Why?
Mm.
Because you got it from the theologians.
Mm.
They want to hide the identity of Babylon.
Mm.
They want to hide the identity of Edom.
Mm.
They want to hide the identity of the daughter of Babylon. And you are here. Lucifer is the devil. Lucifer has said in his heart, I will ascend up high.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at who is ascending up high. Pause there for me, the book of Obadiah 1.
Wow.
Let's look at who has said in his heart. What do you think that they are doing in space? Africans don't go to space.
Mm. Mm.
We don't. Africans going to space.
Even crossing water, we are.
We are afraid. We can't swim.
swim.
The heavens, they will go to space.
Mm.
They said in their heart, we will be like Elohim.
Mm.
They have satellites. Do you think sometimes because we have mobiles, you can sit in Amsterdam, press on a key, and you are speaking to someone in Congo? Life.
The world.
Life.
Do you understand the mystery behind that?
Life coverage.
And we have taken things for granted as if everything is just normal.
Mm.
That's right.
This is why we must break down the fallen angels so that you will understand where these crazy inventions are coming from.
Thank you, sir.
That they have satellites in the space. They can watch you live. Zoom in and bomb you with a drone. So let's look at who. That's why I said that when you allow the Bible talk, then Elohim will talk.
Yes. Amen.
But when they are talking about Lucifer, this is the only verse they can quote, and they cannot refer to anything else.
That's true.
Listen to Obadiah 1. He said, I will ascend up high, right? Listen.
Obadiah 1 from verse 1.
Listen.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus said Yahuwah
That's here the
Elohim
Almighty.
concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning
So
Edom.
someone will be like, oh, but now he's talking about Edom. Let me show that Edom is Babylon. Edom is the daughter of Babylon. Pause there for me. Go to the book of Psalms 130 and 4. The book of Psalms. So that you know that the Edom that he's talking about is Babylon.
Psalms 130 and 4.
Yes,
No,
listen.
Psalms
130 and 7. Listen.
Psalms 130 and 7.
Listen.
From verse
8.
8. O daughter of Babylon.
From verse 7. Listen.
From verse 7. Remember, O Yahuwah.
He said, remember, do not forget
The children of Edom.
the children of Edom
In the day of Jerusalem.
in the days of Jerusalem,
who said
in their
raise
heart,
it,
destroy it,
raise it,
destroy it,
even to the foundation
even to the
thereof.
foundation thereof. Listen,
O daughter of Babylon.
Edom is known as what?
O daughter of Babylon.
So who is Edom?
Daughter of Babylon.
Listen.
Who ought to be
So
destroyed.
when Elohim is using languages, that's why you have to study and let the Ruach, the Spirit, lead you.
Amen.
Because he called Israel Jacob. He called them Zion. He called them the daughters of Zion. He calls them my sheep. He calls them Jerusalem, Jerusalem. He calls them Israel. He calls Edom the daughter of Babylon. He calls Edom Babylon. He calls Edom mystery Babylon. He calls Edom Idumea.
Come on now.
Lucifer.
And Lucifer and Bosra, the same thing.
Wow.
So now you know that Babylon is the same as Edom.
Okay.
Go back to Obadiah for me. From 1, listen.
Obadiah 1 from verse 1.
Mm.
The vision of
The
Obadiah.
vision of the prophet Obadiah.
Thus said Yahuwah Elohim
Thus said Elohim
concerning Edom.
concerning Babylon, concerning Lucifer,
We have heard,
concerning the daughter of Babylon.
we have heard a rumor.
We have
from
heard
Yahuwah.
a rumor from Yahuwah Elohim, a gossip.
Mm.
There's a website called Gossip and Gossip. Listen.
And the ambassador is sent.
An
among
ambassador
the
is
heathen.
sent among the Gentiles. Listen.
Arise ye,
He said, arise ye,
and let us rise up
and let us rise up
against her in battle.
against Jerusalem.
In battle.
Not against Jerusalem, but against who?
Again.
Edom and Babylon, right? The same as we are reading the book of Isaiah, you will also see that he will say that nations will rise up against him. So here he said that arise against this wicked nation.
And let us rise up against her in battle.
Go ahead.
Behold,
Behold.
I have made thee small among
You
the
see,
heathen.
he said, I have made thee, I have given you power. I have given you authority to rule these nations. If you look at this world, they are the least. If you have to count them by numbers, they are the least. He said, I have made you the least among all the inhabitants of the earth. But
Thou
what?
art greatly despised.
And because of your wickedness, the Iraqis don't love you. The Africans don't want to hear anything about you. Listen.
The pride of thine heart
But because of the pride of your heart,
hath deceived thee.
you have been deceived because you think that you have nuclear weapons.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the
They are
rock.
dwelling where?
In the clefts of the
In the
rock.
higher mountains, in the towers. They build towers. 100 towers, skyscrapers and whatnot.
Whose habitation is high.
And they live very high.
That saith in his heart.
And now they say in his heart, listen, the same one he said that Lucifer has said in his heart, I will ascend up high. Now he said, Edom, Babylon has said in his heart,
Who shall bring me down to
who
the
can
ground?
bring me down to the ground? Meaning they are up.
Though thou exalt thyself
Even though you will exalt thyself like the eagle.
as the eagle.
Listen.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And they have put their habitation where?
Among the stars.
Who is going to space and researching stars?
Armstrong.
Who has set his nest in space?
The eagle has landed.
And they shouted and said, behold, the eagle has landed. The eagle. And Elohim also used what? The eagle here. That even though you exalt, look at their symbol in their flag. Eagle.
Bald eagle.
You're preaching.
And they've exalted themselves among what? The stars.
Yes, sir.
That I was talking about this, I'm like, someone who has never been to space before. It's like you've never been to Ghana before.
Okay.
You don't know how many kilometers
Mm.
the distance is between you and Ghana.
Okay.
But yet you are able to take this container and fill this container and say to yourself, this container will take me to Ghana. The fuel in this. How were they able to calculate the oil that rocket would need in order for it to hit space?
Mhm.
And you are here eating bacon and blowing in tongues.
Scrambled egg.
How can people on earth sit down and calculate? They've never been there before, but they were able to land.
It's a question.
So you have to know their father,
Mm.
who is giving them these mysteries.
Insights.
That's why all these crazy scientists, they say, well, and I slept and then someone, the father is working. They've been working in the beginning, in the days of Noah.
No.
They said that they were known as great inventors.
That's right.
And the Messiah said that as it was in the days of Noah,
So-
so shall it also be in the
yeah.
latter days. So we are fulfilling destiny and prophecy.
Amen.
That's right.
The Bible is indeed
So
true.
the fallen angels,
Mhm.
they are now awake.
Mm.
So every year, phones, Samsung Edge, Samsung whatnot, Galaxy One.
Note.
You are like, what is this?
Yeah. Where does it come from?
The quality.
Too high.
What is this? Something is wrong, but we don't care. As long as you can eat bacon and say that it has been sanctified by Jesus Christ. No, the blood is all right. That's all that you care about. While people are going to space, landing, talking. Listen,
And from verse 4, and though thou set thy nest among the
and
stars,
even though you will be able to set your nest among the stars in the heavens, that's why the Messiah said that in the ancient days when he was destroying people, he destroyed them with water. But when he's coming, he will first shake the heavens. Why? Because they have satellites, they have missiles, they have weapons there.
Wow.
So he must first shake the heavens.
What a revelation.
And they will be falling. You will see them falling.
satellite on your head.
And that's why they keep on feeding you with these images and these films like the Judgment Day and something coming from space, from the heavens. They call it aliens in a spaceship. So that when it is coming, all of a sudden, we have to launch missiles and we will be able to work. They are already preparing your mind. Because the scripture said that when he is coming, we shall know. We will see that things are falling. And they will tell you in the news, we have to launch. The aliens are coming. The planet of the apes. They are coming down. And you will believe it. And this is the reason why when you read the book of Revelation, it says that then rocks will begin to rain upon people from heaven.
Like a basketball.
Yeah, Independence Day, like a basketball from the heavens. Where do you think the rocks are coming from? And yet, he said, the people will not repent. They will curse him more. And you are here talking, well, believe in Jesus. They are being persecuted, being killed. For them to accept Elohim, they will still not accept. Listen to the book.
From thence will I bring thee down.
I will bring you down. Go back to Lucifer. So now you know that Edom is Babylon, is the daughter of Babylon. And we have shown you that it is impossible for this Lucifer to be the devil. Because if you say that the devil was an angel, angels were not living on earth. They dwell in the Shamaims, in the heavens. And now this one is saying, I want to go into the heavens.
So he wasn't.
The same as Babylon, meaning he was not there. Because if he was there, there's no need for him to say in his heart that I want to go there. He can just go there. That's why he went there. When Elohim was dining with his sons, that Satan came and he'd be like, what up? You didn't invite me? What up? Why didn't you invite me? Listen to the book.
Isaiah 14 from verse.
And you don't hear these mysteries in the church. They go there, the revivers. This is your last chance. There's a revival in which revival in which Amsterdam? A minute revival, you have to come. And they'll go there and what do they talk about? That you'll be blessed. That's the revival. That is the mystery. That Elohim sent a prophet to Amsterdam to come and tell you that you are blessed. That is a mystery. That is a revival. And people have time. Something is wrong with this generation. These revelations, you will never hear them. They only tell you, let's bind Lucifer. Let's bind Lucifer. And you've been binding. Yet when the devil was tempting the Messiah, he didn't say, I bind you in the name of Yahuwah. He said, get thee from me.
That's right.
And then when the mystery came later, the apostle said that, and when the devil is trying to get you, he didn't say pray. He said, resist the devil.
Amen. And he will flee.
And he will flee.
That's right.
That's what the Messiah, he resisted him. That get out of here, let me mind my own business.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
But you are you can never bind that which cannot be bound.
I bind the demon.
I bind the devil. How can you bind the devil?
Have you seen him?
How can you bind him and he's still deceiving people? It is a contradiction already. How can you bind him and yet he's still deceiving people around the world?
You pray, but you pray amiss.
Something is wrong. When the Messiah met the demon-possessed person and they spoke, he said, have you come to destroy us before our... He said, no. Therefore, he cast them out. He didn't bind them.
Wow, what a revelation.
But you always bind them.
What?
And the more you bind, the more demons we have on earth.
Amen.
How is that possible?
Amen.
Maybe it's double.
Wow.
How is that possible?
Where did the Messiah bind it?
And then they go to Romans or wherever it is written and put on the whole armor of God. He did not even mention prayer. That you have to pray and bind them. He said, put on the helmet of salvation,
Amen.
righteousness.
Amen.
Resist the devil with righteousness,
Amen.
and he will flee from you when you are binding. And he's sitting in your room smoking,
He's waiting.
waiting for you.
Calm down.
He's just behind you smoking,
That's why James said,
drinking
submit
coffee.
yourself. That's right.
drinking coffee
Mm.
and smoking in your room.
Espresso.
After you are done.
And when you are there, you say, my son, watch pornography.
Mm.
And then after prayer, you are watching pornography.
Crazy serious.
And then the devil is too strong. Oh. I don't know. Yeah, he's your father.
Wow.
And he lives in your room.
Among the
Well, that's why he said that the Gentiles, their children, they are wiser than the children of Elohim.
It's true.
Do you know why? Because we don't want to hear these things.
Mm.
Just tell me I can continue to fornicate, I can continue to snatch husband, but yet Elohim knows my heart. He knows that I love that husband and that he will bless me. Something is wrong. That's why people can call themselves angels now, that I am now an angel. People are still following them. Yet he cannot break down even one verse for you.
Talking about Mary in Genesis.
Yeah. Listen to the book.
Isaiah 14 from verse 13.
We are showing you that Lucifer is not the devil. Lucifer is Babylon. Lucifer is the daughter of Babylon. It's Rome. It's Rome. Babylon.
Ayaka.
It's Rome.
What?
And they have it in their own, and that's the thing. And they don't want to speak about these things. Now listen to this. That's why last we said that, and the last beast. And the Messiah also said that what? The prince of this world is coming. When I'm gone. When you read the scriptures in Daniel, it said, and then the prince of that nation will come. And do what? Destroy Jerusalem. Who is their prince? It's a mystery. Who destroyed Jerusalem? 70 AD. Precept upon. They keep on changing their names. They invade your country. They take on that name. Listen to the book.
Isaiah 14.
One day we have
verse
to break
13.
down Rome. Rome. Who is Rome? Who is Rome? Because once you don't get this, that is the end of your salvation. Why? Because they are the ones who are giving you what you call truth.
Amen.
How can the devil show you righteousness? How is that possible? He sells guns and Bible at the same time.
Guns, right? Bible.
How is that possible? He sells pornography and gospel at the same time.
Gospel pornography.
How is that possible?
That's right.
And these people are in churches binding the devil.
Mercy.
Listen to the book. Isaiah
14 verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart,
But you have said in your heart,
I will exalt,
Edom, Babylon, I want to go into space.
I will exalt my
And
throne.
here, every year, they spend billions just to go to space. Whilst black people are starving. Why people in Africa, even 50 billion can feed them, they will spend it on one satellite just to monitor you so that they can shoot you. Listen to the book.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim.
I will be able to exalt my throne above the stars. So they are in space. They are chilling in space. while we are here, someone is in space chilling. Listen to the book.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
I will sit upon the mount of congregation. I will sit upon Israel. We will break that down when we visit Ezekiel 28. The mount of the congregation, Mount Zion, the holy mount. I rule over them. I will rule over this mountain.
That's right.
Listen.
In the sides of the north.
In the sides of the north. He said that their habitation is what?
In the sides of
high.
the north.
Their habitation, their dwelling place is high. Listen.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
I will go above the clouds and set my nest above the clouds.
I will be like the Most High.
And then I will be like the Most High. That's why they tell you there is no Elohim. Because without them, no one could have ever gone to space. But they are there, chilling. Listen.
Yet thou shalt be brought down.
He said that yet. So if this was the devil, who was already chilling in the beginning with Elohim and the Shamaims in the heaven, how come he will bring him down? Because we know that he was already what down, because when you read Revelation 12, he said that, and he threw Satan into the earth, and he said that, cursed be ye earth. Why? Because your adversary is now with you. Listen.
Thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Go ahead.
They that see thee shall narrowly
now
look
listen to
upon
this.
thee.
And then this is the devil, right? They who see this devil
shall narrowly look
they will
upon
not
thee,
even look at you
and consider thee,
saying, now listen to this very carefully. They will say,
is this the man?
no, is this the angel?
Is this the man?
Do you hear what I'm hearing? Who is he talking about? An angel?
Is this the man?
The devil?
Is this the man?
Satan?
Is this the man?
A demon?
Is this the man?
When they see this king, they will say, is this who?
Is this the man?
And you are there binding. Is this the man
that made the earth to tremble?
That has destroyed this earth with nuclear weapons and chemical warfare?
That did shake kingdoms?
That they are shaking kingdoms from the beginnings of time. They've been invading countries.
That made the world as a wilderness?
That made world like wilderness. They've bombed nation Vietnam. The jungle is a wilderness.
And destroyed the cities
and
thereof.
they've destroyed the city. So the devil is not destroying. Who is destroying cities? Is it not a man?
Wearing a suit.
Is it not a man who said either you are with us or against us?
That's right.
He gave you no option. You can't say, no, as for me, just do what you... Either you are with me or you are against us. Do you have a choice? Listen.
That opened not the house of his prisoners.
And it doesn't open the house of... Once they catch you.
Locked for them.
They locked you. Why? Because you were smoking marijuana.
High grade.
That they can lock someone up for 20. If you are you cannot even understand them. You give people right that if they want to die, they can even go to the hospital to receive an injection and die. And someone is smoking his weed. Minding his own business, you put him in jail for 20 years. Why? And he's still smoking weed in jail.
But if you are sick, they'll give you weed to smoke.
That's the thing. So the contradiction is too much. Listen.
All the kings of the nation.
All the kings of the nation.
Even all of them.
Even all of them.
Lie in glory.
They will lie in glory. This is exactly what you read in the book of Revelation 17 and 18. He said that, and when mystery Babylon is destroyed, the kings of the earth, he said, rejoice over him, O ye earth, and mourn not for him. Listen.
They lie in glory.
They lie in glory because you are no more.
Everyone in his own house.
Right.
But thou art cast out to thy grave.
But now, the man has been killed and is now buried. He has been sent into it. So the devil is now going to be buried. Do you see the contradictions?
Very much so.
Listen.
But thou art cast out in thy grave.
But you are cast down in thy grave.
Like an abominable bread.
Like an abominable bread.
And as the raiment of those that are slain.
Go ahead.
Thrust through with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
That go down to the stones of the pit.
Go ahead.
As a cock is trodden on the feet.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial.
Now listen to this. He said that you will be killed, and therefore when other people die, you cannot visit their burial. But we all know that spirits don't die.
Okay.
Did the Messiah not say that in the kingdom they neither marry nor remarry or multiply? Why? Because they don't die, for they will be like angels. So if Lucifer was an angel, how come he is dying?
In a grave.
In a grave, and he will be buried in a grave. Where is this logic coming from?
What?
Listen.
Because thou hast destroyed thy land.
Oh, now Lucifer has a land. Where is the land of Lucifer?
Show me this.
Where is the land of Lucifer? He said you have destroyed your own land.
And slain thy people.
And you have killed your own people.
The seed of evildoers.
And the seed of evildoers are where?
Shall never be renowned.
Shall never be revisited in your country. So he has a country. And there's a seed of evildoers producing pornography and crazy things. And now once it is destroyed, they are no more. So if that is Lucifer, how is that possible? Listen.
Verse 21.
Verse 20 and 1. Listen.
Prepare slaughter
Now
for his
here
children.
is the key. He said that prepare slaughter. So prepare punishment, destruction for Lucifer's children.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquities of who?
Of their
So
fathers.
Lucifer is not only a man, but fathers. It's a nation. It produces people. He said, prepare slaughter for the children of Lucifer. Why?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Because of the wickedness of their fathers.
That they do not rise.
So that they do not rise again.
Nor possess the land.
Nor do what?
Nor possess
So
the
Lucifer
land.
and his people are possessing lands, invading lands, and taking over.
That's right.
Do you see the logic behind this? Listen.
Nor fill the face of the
Nor
world with
fill-
sins.
So Lucifer, who is the devil, is now building skyscrapers, right? Something is wrong. And they've been preaching this message in the churches for ages. How is Lucifer building skyscrapers and going to space?
The master architect.
And his children are building it. Listen to the book at
Verse 20 and 2.
Here is the key. Listen to this very carefully.
For I will rise up
He says,
against them.
I will rise up against who?
Against them.
All of a sudden, he has switched from him to them. That's why I told you it is a nation he's talking about. I will rise up against them in what?
Saith Yahuwah Elohim.
Saith Elohim.
And cut off from Babylon.
And listen to this. All of a sudden, he's talking about Babylon again.
That's right.
And I will cast out from Babylon man
The name,
the
name
remembrance of the name
and remnant and
and-
son
and son.
and nephew.
He's talking about Lucifer. All of a sudden, I will cut from Babylon
The name
and remnant
and son
and son
and nephew.
and nephew.
Saith Yahuwah.
Saith Yah Elohim. So Lucifer was a man who has a children
Who has children? That's right.
and has a nation and was the light bearer in Greek called Lucifer. This is not even Hebrew. It's Greek, meaning the light bearer. And Elohim said, I will cast him down when the cup is full. And I will destroy his nation the same as he destroyed other nations. And he will be no more. But you say he's the devil. You are saying he is the devil. Listen.
From verse 20 and 3. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water.
Go ahead.
And I will sweep it with the with the bosom of destruction,
Mhm.
said Yahuwah of hosts,
And Yah of hosts hath sworn,
saying,
surely
as I have thought,
as I have taught,
so shall it come to
so
pass.
shall it come to
And as
pass.
I have purposed,
As I have desired and purpose,
so shall it stand.
so shall it stand, that I will break.
The Assyrian in my land,
You see, he's talking about nations and nations and nations. Elohim is not a stupid man, and all of a sudden he's talking about the devil. But this, from verse 1, he has been talking about nations. He started with Israel and linked it to the nation that was oppressing Israel, whose name was Babylon, whose name is the daughter of Babylon, who is Edom, who is Rome, who is known as Lucifer. The same thing. But you are busy binding. You are busy binding. I bind the devil. I bind Lucifer. The guy is dead and gone. And now we are dealing with the daughter of Babylon. The beast which was not, and is. That mystery.
what?
It's so sad. It's so sad. This is so, and that is the thing. Because we've been programmed to think in a certain manner.
Yes.
When we read it, and his children and his building cities, no, instead the devil. Why does he say, oh Lucifer, you are fallen from heaven? That's the only argument. And we've shown you that Israel also fell from heaven. But Israel has never been to heaven.
That's right.
So it's a language Elohim uses. Meaning you are fallen from glory. And that's why in their movies they show you in the beginning stars falling, and it comes and encircle what? Mountains. They are fallen from glory. They know it. And you are busy binding them, but you don't want Babylon to fall. Why? Because of McDonald's. Because of KFC.
Burger King.
Burger King.
I love Twister fries.
I want the smoked bacon. The smoked one. What a generation. Something is wrong. This is Lucifer. This is Lucifer. We have 15 minutes. Let's do Ezekiel 20 and 8. This is Lucifer. We've shown you with scriptures, precept upon precept, that Lucifer is not an angel. Never was, never will be. Is a man. Was a man. Is a kingdom. Is a people. And the Bible speaks for itself. So now, they'll be like, okay, how about Ezekiel 20 and 8? And the mistake many people, and that's the reason why I say that this generation, something is wrong. Do you know what we do? We pick verses.
Don't read
So the same as Isaiah, because if you have started from the beginning of Isaiah 14, you already know that he is talking about a country. But because we don't do that, we just jump to verse 12. How are thou fallen? You see? The same as Ezekiel 20 and 8. In order for you to understand Ezekiel 20 and 8, you must start from 20 and 6. That's where it starts. It was a prophecy. It continued till 30 and 1. But because we have been jumping, give me Ezekiel 20 and 8. Ezekiel 20 and 8. If you are at home, Ezekiel 20 and 8. If you are at home, give me verse 13 to verse 14, and then we will go back.
Ezekiel 28 from verse 13.
Ezekiel 20 and 8 and at verse 13. Listen.
Thou hast been in Eden.
Listen to this. That's all. Oh, he has been in Eden. Who was it? Adam was also in Eden. The snake was in Eden. The woman was in Eden.
Beast.
Beasts were in Eden because he was naming animals.
That's true.
So what you see? We Elohim have compassion upon this generation. Something is wrong. Listen.
Thou hast been in Eden,
You have been in Eden,
the garden of Elohim.
the garden of Elohim.
Every precious stone
Every precious stone
was thy covering.
was thy covering.
The sardius,
Mhm.
the topaz,
Right.
the diamond,
Mhm.
the beryl,
Mhm.
the onyx,
Mhm.
the jasper,
Mhm.
the sapphire,
Right.
the emerald,
Right.
the carbuncle,
Mhm.
and gold.
Mhm.
The workmanship of thy tabrets
Mhm.
and of thy pipes
Mhm.
was prepared indeed in the day that thou was created.
Verse 14. Listen. Thou art
The anointed
you
cherub
are the anointed cherub
that covers,
that covers, that rules. Mhm.
and I have said thee so.
And I have said this so.
Thou was upon the holy mountain
The same as we read, the holy mountain
of Elohim.
Zion. Listen,
Thou hast walked up and down
you have been walking up and down.
in the midst of the stones of fire.
That's all. So once you hear this, the same as how hast thou fallen, O Lucifer. Once you hear this, you see, the devil was in Eden. The same as Adam, the same as Elohim, the same as the woman, the same as the serpent and all manner of beasts. They were also in Eden. So they are also the devil. Let's go back a verse before. You must first start from that chapter. Let's go to the chapter 20 and 7. So that you know what he's talking about. Otherwise, you'll be making the same mistakes you made in Isaiah 14. Listen. And then you will see that it will show you Eden and whatnot. Eden was just a place, a name. Because the Garden of Eden, he spoke about rivers from the Middle East, Euphrates, the Nile River from Africa. Meaning it was on earth. It's still on earth. The spiritual aspect is taken away. But the place Eden is still on earth. First, they give me the book of Ezekiel 31, verse 9. The place of Eden. So that you know that Eden. So once you see, it means that this king, his habitation, his rulership. Even today, we have the port of Eden. Where Yemen is. That's where the pirates, they hijack the ships. Because the port is so tiny. So they can corner all the ships. That's where this king was. So he said, you have been chilling there. Yet you were a wicked king. Listen. Ezekiel 31 verse 9.
Ezekiel 31 from verse 9. I have made him fair.
I have made him fair.
By the multitude of his branches.
By the multitude of his branches.
So that all the trees of Eden.
So that all the trees of where?
Of Eden.
Of Eden.
That were in the garden of Elohim.
That were in the garden of Elohim.
Envied him.
Envied him.
Therefore,
so all the trees of Eden envied that man. How is that possible? If he is talking about trees in the heavens, envying a man on earth committing abomination. The same Ezekiel 27, verse 20 and 3.
Ezekiel 27 from verse 20 and 3. Haran and Canaan and Eden.
And what?
And Eden.
And Eden.
The merchants of Sheba.
The merchant of Sheba.
Ashur and Chilman.
He's talking about nations and places, and he mentioned Eden. Precept upon precept, the book of Isaiah 37 verse 12. Eden. So that you already understand Eden. You've been in the Garden of Eden. Listen, Isaiah 37 verse 12.
Isaiah from chapter 37 verse 12.
I always give you at least 2 witnesses. So that you don't say, how about the New Testament? Listen to the book. Ezekiel has said it is a place. Isaiah 37 verse 12. Listen.
Have the gods of the nations delivered them, which my fathers have destroyed,
Right.
as Gozan
Mhm.
and Haran
Mhm.
and Reseth,
Mm.
and the children of Eden,
And the children of where?
and the children of Eden,
The children of where?
and the children of Eden.
That is Isaiah for you. By 3 witnesses, then everything must be established. Amos chapter 1, verse 5.
Amos.
The book of Amos, the prophet, chapter 1, verse 5.
Amos from chapter 1
And verse 5.
and verse 5.
Mm.
I will break also the bar of Damascus,
I will also destroy the bar of Damascus, Syria,
and cut off the inhabitants from the plain of Avon,
and I will cut the inhabitants from the place of Avon,
and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Eden.
and he who rules. This is the king he's talking about. The king Tyrus ruling with the scepter where?
From the house of Eden.
So where is the house of Eden? It's a mystery. What is the time?
What says the time? We have 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Let me do some toasting.
What?
And then next week, because we cannot finish this chapter 20 and 8, we have to visit some verses in chapter 20 and 7 as well.
Okay.
So I've just showed you that once you read Eden, don't think about heaven. The same as once you read about Lucifer, don't think about an angel because you saw, oh, he wrote down heaven. This is the message that man must know. And we are busy partying when the next barbecue will be. Something is wrong. Mystery Babylon. Who is Rome? Mystery Babylon. Who is Edom? Mystery Babylon.
Say it loud.
Who was the last beast? Mystery Babylon, who was and is and yet is.
Who was and is not, and yet is.
And they are able to go to space.
Among the stars.
Among the stars. And sell you drugs. And after that, arrest you. You see, we are living in a generation, and I pray that Elohim will have compassion because the whole world has been deceived, as Revelation said. The whole world has been deceived. And instead of pastor to spend time praying for Elohim to show these mysteries, what they have learned from the Bible school is enough for them. It's enough.
Books have been sealed.
Some of them can even come with only 3 Bible to justify something that he believes. And he will not listen to any Greek root or Hebrew root, what it means. He doesn't care. So we pray that Elohim will have compassion upon this generation. Otherwise, problem. Otherwise, problem.
Big problem.
Because something is wrong. We have all been deceived. And you don't want to accept that because you think you are a Christian. I was also once deceived.
That's right. We all were.
That's why he said that come ye out from among them
And be
and be ye separate, meaning you are already in them. But you keep on saying, no, I'm not deceived. You know, my pastor, you always speak the truth. He cannot lie. So now you make Elohim a liar. Because he has said, the devil who deceived the whole world. Once you are born into this earth, you must be deceived. Because if you have not been deceived before, how can Elohim show you his mystery to change you?
That's right.
Because we are already made. And he said, I did not come for the already made. Neither did I come for the ones who are already perfect.
That's right.
But I came for the weak, so that I may transform them. So be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind, not binding witches.
That's right. What is the renewal of your mind?
Renew your mind. And don't be conformed to the wicked inventions. You only come, you see them cycling. And then a car will hit her and die, and then we say, "Gone too, so let's pray for her. She's in the bosom of Abraham." Are you kidding me? Rest in peace. How can you rest in peace? How can't you rest once you are living? But once you die, they tell you rest in peace. Something is wrong, and these are the things that they must be preaching, so that our lives will be transformed, so that we will be eager to learn the mysteries of Elohim. Because once the doors begin to connect, once precept is upon precept, line upon line, foundation upon foundation, New Testament supporting Old Testament, Old Testament upholding New Testament, then you will understand. Then you will love Elohim more. Then you will love to read. But when the dots are not connecting because your pastor told you not to read Revelation, then you don't want to read. So if I go on tomorrow, we will still be here. Because this topic, we can speak about this for 1 year. Because it will connect to so many other nations. So I will leave you with the peace of Yahuwah Elohim, the one who liveth now and forevermore. There is no Allah beside him. There is no spirit beside him. There is no bonsam beside him. There is no God or Lord beside him. He is Elohim. Shalom.